Hey everybody, back again with another video. Hopefully you're having a good day. I just want to give y'all a little note. It took 20 minutes to get this thing working. That was tough. I thought I would have to return this computer. Every time something small happens, I just have to find the machine and return the computer. But hopefully it worked. The problem was in the settings, I had the output as my DJI mic. So that was the problem. It should have been the output, should have been my monitor, but instead it was the DJI mic, and I was 20 minutes messing up. And it was just tough. But right now, we're going to get back into the video real quick. I want to just talk about the NBA playoffs. Last night, I was watching the OKC and Thunder. I was rooting for the Spurs because there's a lot of foul baiting that I did see on the with the OKC against the Lakers, and I don't like that. There's a lot of foul baiting. People just jumping up in the air, hitting the floor when they barely get touched. There was a specific one where Chet Hogan and DeAndre Ayton. He's not the best scorer, but Ayton just tried to put a layup, and then he accidentally just went one way, and Chet hugged him. It looked like three people pushed him onto the floor. That's what it looked like. But no one even touched him. It looked like a ghost hit the guy. But that's one of the bad things about the OKC. But I do like that they have good defense. I do like sometimes the SGA. He does have a good couple of plays, but there's bad stuff that's been happening. And that's why I'm rooting for the Spurs. WEMBY, the alien, the 7'5" alien is going crazy. He's balling out of his mind. There's a specific player I want to talk about that was amazing. It was, he pulled up like he was Steph Curry. He's a 7'5" Steph Curry. He pulled up from half court to tie the game. That's some insane shit. That's like some alien. That's what I was talking about. That's what we need to see. I'm rooting for the Spurs to go fall over the OKC, man. So sub up, I'll be talking about more, but let me try to remember a couple of plays that I really like seeing. Dylan Harper, he's the new rookie, but he's playing like a 10-year vet. If you seen the guy, you would have never thought he was a rookie. The way he be playing like he been playing for 12 years. LeBron James prime. He's getting 7 steals. He's going up to the rim with authority. He look like unstoppable and shit. He don't even look like a rookie. But he is. That's good to see. Another guy, Champagne, he's playing good defense. Vassell, they're all playing good defense, but they were missing shots. So that means their defense helped them win the game. They were missing shots, but they made up for it on the defense, rebounding, playing as a team. That was all good. That was amazing ball movement I see. It was just crazy. And this is all happening with that De'Aaron Fox. So this, I think the Spurs won by like, if I remember, it was like 8 points with that De'Aaron Fox. So this is looking bad for the OKC, man. But this is good hoops. This is fun for me because I want to see these teams in the future. Hopefully, this is like the finals. This is like the finals, basically. They're going to be doing this for probably 10, 15 years. Hopefully, all teams can stay healthy. But this is good. There's another one. WEMBY, he took the ball, he was in the middle of the free throw line, he took the ball and just dunked it over Chet Hogan and SGA. They would look like little baby right next to him. He just dunked all over them, and that was amazing to see because this team, the OKC, they've been just going against not the best teams. Like the Lakers, no defensive players, no hustling. Reeves is the only good person, and LeBron, DeAndre Ayton, I don't even know what he's been doing. He's getting down the Ayton chain. He's a rapper basically. He's not even worried about basketball. But props to him, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he just tired of it because I don't know. It is hard to be a center and not shoot though because it's gonna clog up the paint. It's just in 2K. If you're a center and you can't shoot, it is really tough to play with you because every time I want to go to the paint, there's gonna be a person right there waiting for me. You can't get nothing, you can't get no ball movement. So the best would be to have someone who can shoot and stretch the floor. Other than that, in this NBA, you're going to be hard to play. That's why there was a guy named Hartenstein or something. He played for 12 minutes and 2 overtimes. That's insane to see. Because against the Lakers, he was looking like one of the best players. But against an actual good defensive team, you're going to need ball movement. Plus, you're going to need stretch floor. That means someone who can stretch the floor. You don't need someone clogging up the paint, messing up everything. That would be hard, challenging for the point guard because he has to only beat one person, but then he has to beat the other guy waiting in the paint. So every drive he's like a 2v1. Plus, you can't really shoot, so you're just gonna be not doing a lot. But at the end, you gotta look from the other side. as you go like 7 footers and stuff, it's really hard for them to shoot because the size of the ball. That's why point guards are way better shooting. Just because you gotta see the size of the ball in their hand would be like tough to shoot because their hands are probably way bigger than the ball, and that would just make it hard to shoot. I saw there's another guy called Assault Thompson. He can't really shoot. They probably practice a lot, but it's not them. It's like the mechanics, because the ball is a certain thing. If your hands are bigger, you won't be able to make nothing. So that I do feel for them for that. But that was a good game. There's another one I wanted to talk about with the Cavs and the Pistons. James Harden went crazy finally. In the first 3 games, he was selling. He said he was making a brick house. He was selling, but now they had one. They only had 1 turnover. He was taking care of the ball, having less turnovers and stuff. The other games, he had more what you call turnovers than field goal made. That was really bad. But right now, overall, they're playing better. Donovan Mitchell and James Harden carried. And the Pistons, I want to talk about their problems is their spacing. You gotta have shooters. And you can't rely on one person. Cade Cunningham. Have you guys seen he's been playing 48 minutes? Go outside and play a basketball for like 20 minutes, you're going to be tired. So imagine playing NBA for 40 minutes. That guy probably can't breathe. That's why you got to have him sit, only play for 30 minutes, and then have like another offensive player. But it's tough, but hopefully they can get it done off season. That's why your team got to be balanced. They got to be like maybe 2-3 players who are really good defensive, and you got to have 2 to 3 players who are playmakers plus shooting. So that means when Cade Cunningham sits on the bench, you gotta have another playmaker like Kyrie Irving or a shooter who can put up some points, let the other people rest. Cause this is tiring. This is like, cause I be playing basketball a little bit, and after like 20-30 minutes, you gotta get some water, and you're basically like tired and done. That's like if you're playing really hard. If you're just not, if you're just playing around, not doing a lot, you won't get tired. But that's why the Pistons, I know their problems. They have Cade Cunningham. He dropped like 40 points a couple of games. If he just gets maybe one playmaker, that they could easily win against the Cavs. That's what, in my opinion. And Jalen Dunn, he hasn't been playing the best, but you gotta realize he's going against Evan Mobley and the Jared Allen 2 7-footers. So I understand why he's having trouble. The paint is clogged. That's easy to make. But Evan Mobley, he had a 3 to win the Cavs the game. And that's what you need. You need 7-footers who can spread the floor. That's why there's a good matchup versus the Knicks, because Carl Anthony Towns and Evan Mobley are going to go to each other. They're going to be fair because both of them can shoot. That means the point guard is going to have all the time to go to the paint. They're going to have all the free. It's going to be basically like ISO. You can't help. If you help, you're going to hit that 3 all net, and that's over with. So that's why the Knicks and the Cavs are a really good matchup. Hopefully, I want to see that. I want to see the Jalen Brunson. He's been playing out of his mind. He might, the way he's been playing, some of these people might have to get drug tested because they're going out of their mind. They're like Paul George, the 25 games where he was making like 30, 40 points, he was going crazy. They're playing like they're not human and shit. If you actually watch the games, they're going crazy. One funny thing I wanted to say was the Joel Embiid. He went against the Celtics, but they didn't have any decent like big men. They had rookie big men, and he went against people who could actually shoot and defend, like Mitchell Robinson. And the Knicks, they destroyed him. You seen that post over Embiid, but then you gotta realize I don't even know why Embiid is playing the game. He's like injured. Like that's insane. That's insane to even have him on the floor. But hopefully they can fix that. That's like the Sixers. They need to get a whole new center. They need to give Vijay Ekdom and all of them more time and have more playmaker, but that's Embiid. He's just messing up the whole thing. You gotta have a big man who could shoot and play defense and run around, not injury prone and stuff. But hopefully they can fix that. But I'm gonna stay tuned. I'm gonna have more videos. I haven't been recording a lot. I've been busy doing other stuff. You know what I mean? Just playing basketball, doing other real life stuff. But there's a new Cavs on tonight, the Cavs versus the Knicks. Maybe I'll have a game on that. I just want to have my thoughts out. I'm rooting for the Spurs to win against the OKC, and let me see the Knicks and the Cavs. I low-key have the Knicks, because to me, they have the perfect balance. So you got Jalen Brunson, you got Josh Hart, you got a dude named McBride, who's not missing. Every time he throws up a shot, it looks like he's never gonna miss. because those are going to be your offensive players. So they're going to be getting most of the load of offensive, and then you got the defensive players who are going to help you so the offensive players can relax. That's a perfect team, because once the offensive players make a score, they want to take a breather. OJ Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, all the defensive players. Now that's their time to show why they're getting paid the big bucks, to show why they're on the team for defense. So that's a perfect balance. You gotta have a couple people on who could play defense, a couple people who are offensive. They come together. It's a perfect team. They just have, and the team chemistry is up. As you can see, Jalen Brunson, he gave up a lot of money so he could build the perfect team. He's going on the route instead of making all that money. He wants to win championships, and that's gonna easily motivate his team because they're getting paid more money. And it's like a fair. It's like fair. Everybody getting paid. Everybody working together, and everybody trying to get a championship. I feel like that's the perfect team. The Knicks, their setup, it's just they're gonna have problems against the alien over there in Spurs. You know, they got a 7'5" alien over there going insane. But that's the matchup I want to see, low-key. The Knicks versus the Spurs, because that would be like insane. Because both teams have like really good players who play defense. I want to see Jalen Brunson how he's gonna score over Spurs. WEMBY. I have a feeling WEMBY, he might start throwing things in the third C aisle. He might throw all the way out, get blocks 30 feet up in the air. I want to see all that. That's going to look crazy. But the NBA right now is looking lit. Stay tuned. Keep watching.